Reorganization meeting with the Scott Township Board of Supervisors, together with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this moment, I'd like to turn the meeting over to Attorney Canucci for a few minutes.
Just a statement to make on behalf of the board and particularly Supervisor Avati. We have a majority tonight of 2 members, and there are certain motions that will appear on the agenda in which normally Supervisor Avati would have a conflict of interest in voting on under the Pennsylvania State Ethics Act. So that he is still not barred from voting on these particular motions. Number one, because the Pennsylvania Second-Class Township Code has a provision in it that states that as long as he's acting in his capacity as a supervisor, he could still vote even for himself as an employee. Number two, the State Ethics Act carves out an exception that if you're otherwise, if the member has to abstain and otherwise the motion would not be able to be passed because there isn't a majority because of the abstaining member, he could then vote as long as he announces what his conflict would be. So even though it's my opinion that the Second-Class Township Code trumps the State Ethics Act in this regard, because that section starts off by saying is unless addressed by any other rule, law, or regulation, just out of an abundance of caution, I would recommend for you, Mr. Avati, to fill out and file with the minutes of the meeting a conflict of interest memorandum, which I've completed for you and you now read and signed. And it says that pursuant to the Pennsylvania Public Official Employee Ethics Law, I hereby declare I'm required to abstain from the following motions. And I added the motions that are on here. There's 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually. What we'll do is, I understand that when you go through, you're going to read the motions, but those motions that would be otherwise a conflict, these 5 motions, which I've asterisked, Supervisor Russell will read. And then the memorandum states, the motions affect me as an employee. I'm still permitted to vote based upon Section 602A of the Second-Class Township Code and Section 1103J of the Ethics Act. So I'll just take this memorandum, attach it to my exhibit agenda, and we'll make that a part of the minutes. Okay? Sorry for the long-winded explanation. That's it.
That's it? Yeah. There are 4 seats available. Sewer and Water Authority, a 5-year term of Robin Perry, that's up. Zoning Hearing Board, Stanley Strawn have a 5-year term. And the Planning Commission, 2 4-year terms, William Kaiser and Joel Lick. Public comment on agenda items.
Is that, are you talking about the reorganization or just that portion about the appointments?
Everything.
Okay. Just for the record again, under Municipal Planning Code, Section 614, if you're elected to an office, you cannot serve as a zoning officer. So you have it in your appointments of Carl Ferrero, zoning officer, and he's also an elected constable.
That's it?
Yep.
Thank you. Anyone else? Without that, we'll move forward to the reorganizational meeting. With motions.
I will make the motion to appoint Ed Ravati as temporary chairman.
I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye. I need a motion to appoint Tom Wicks as temporary secretary and treasurer.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion. All in favor? Aye.
Something's out of order there, but that's okay, because you were already appointed as temporary chairman. That must have got jazzed up. So go right over to the supervisor motion to nominate Supervisor, so.
I'll make the motion to nominate Supervisor Lavati as Chairman of the Board of Supervisors for 2017.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. I need a motion to appoint Tom Wicks as part-time secretary treasurer at a rate of $20.28 per hour for 30 hours per week plus meetings, township approved holidays, and 3 sick days, and reimbursement for insurance costs beyond Medicaid capped at 2006 rates with 1% copay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion. All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to nominate Supervisor Russell as Vice Chairman of the Board of Supervisors. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint KB Engineering as sewage enforcement
I'll second that.
officers at a rate of $37 an hour. SEO alternates, Gary Wilding, $37 an hour plus expenses. Donnie Carey, $37 an hour plus expenses. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Carl Ferraro as Township Administrator, Code Enforcement Officer, Zoning Officer, rate of $20.28 per hour for approximately 40 hours per week. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Richard Panucci, Solicitor, for the year 2017, at a rate of compensation of $1,200 per month, base, and an established rate of $125 per hour for additional legal services and litigation. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to reappoint KBA Associates as Township Engineer at current established rate of records. Do I have a second? I'll make a motion to name Honesdale National Bank applicant and have them be as depository of township funds. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Ted Tulloch as Vacancy Board Chairman. Do I have a second? Next was the one that there was a question. Bob?
This is one of the asterisks.
I will make a motion to reappoint road workers and rates of road workers as follows. Robert Frazier as first class equipment operator, truck driver, mechanic at a rate of $21.19 per hour. Gerard Fraser, operator, truck driver at a rate of $20.70 per hour. And Ed Lavati, truck driver, operator at a suggested rate of $21.61 per hour. Actual rate to be determined by the Board of Auditors. Do I have a second?
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint part-time snow plowing road workers to include Julius Bird and Michael Bird, Greg Deming, Gerald Frazier, and Jeff Kovacs at a rate of $16.58 per hour. Part-time snow plow workers to provide CDL license to Township office. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Greg Tellep as part-time building and grounds road crew at a rate of $16.58 per hour on an as-needed basis. Do I have a second? I'll make a motion to reaffirm the following positions and rates for 2017. Part-time preschool teacher Pam Filarski at a rate of $17.65 per hour. Part-time preschool aide Amy Lutz at $14.64 per hour. Substitute preschool aide Stephanie Bosliga and Rachel Williams at a rate of $12.75 per hour. Recycling workers Chet Kowalski, Michelle Ryman, Al Pevick, and William White at a rate of $12.25 per hour. Do I have a second? I'll make a motion to set the payroll schedule for all departments from midnight Saturday to midnight Saturday, with monies to be distributed every Thursday by direct deposit. Do I have a second? The next one was one with conflict. Stephen?
I'll make a motion to name all 3 supervisors as working supervisors to perform any such duties as may be required or performed by the road crew and pertaining to the overall maintenance of township roads and facilities, with the approval of the supervisor in charge of the roads, roadmaster, at the hourly rate set by the Board of Auditors for 2017.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
I'll make a motion to set the treasurer's bond at $300,000. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to set the zoning officer's bond at $300,000. All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to reappoint Bob Perry to a 5-year term to fill a vacancy on the sewer authority.
I'll second that.
Do I know that public comment or just, he's already on the board?
No. You're good.
Okay. I'll second it. Or Steve second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. make a motion to reappoint Stanley Stratton to a 5-year term zoning hearing board. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to reappoint William Kaiser and Joe Litt to 4-year terms on the planning commission. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to set 2017 meeting time and dates at 7 p.m. on the third Tuesday of each month, work session at 6 p.m. as needed. Changes to be duly advertised as needed. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Yeah. The next one is also one,
Another asterisk.
asterisk. Stephen?
I'll make a motion to set the vacation schedule for the full-time non-uniformed employees working 40 hours per week at 5 days after working 6 months. Thereafter, 1 additional day will be added to the following January for each full year worked at a maximum of 15 days for new employees, 20 days for existing, or at the discretion of the board. I need a second.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to set the mileage rate for IRS recommendations currently at 53.5 cents per mile. Do I have a second? I'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion to appoint Supervisor Lavati as Supervisor in charge of Parks and Recreation.
I'll second it. All in favor? I'll make a motion to appoint Supervisor Nolan as Supervisor in charge of the Police Department. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye.
Another asterisk.
This one has another
Fourth one.
asterisk.
I'll make the motion to appoint Supervisor Lavati as Roadmaster.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Supervisor Russell as Supervisor in charge of planning and zoning. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Marvin Broder as planning and zoning. Do I have a second? I'll make a motion to set the holiday schedule for full-time, non-uniform employees as follows: half a day New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Good Friday, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Thanksgiving Day, Friday after Thanksgiving, half a day Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. The next one is the last asterisk, I believe. Stephen?
Yes.
I'll make the motion to continue employee health benefit policy for full-time township employees working 30 hours per week, 52 weeks a year, with an employee contribution of 10% of the premium cost for each employee.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to authorize all 3 supervisors and the township administrator to attend the Township Association of Township Supervisors Convention, designate Supervisor Russell as the voting delegate, and further make Township Solicitor and Township Engineer eligible to attend at their own expense. Do I have a second? Make a motion to appoint all 3 supervisors as representatives of the Lackawanna Council of Governments and Abington Council of Governments. Do I have a second? I'll make a motion to authorize the Secretary Treasurer to pay as received all utility bills, insurance bills, and pre-approved expenditures. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Carl Farrow as Scott Township Recycling Coordinator. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Michael Sokoli as Scott Township Representative to the Lackawanna County Wage Tax Collection Authority. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Vince Byrne and Carl Ferrero as Scott Township Alternate Representative to Lackawanna County Wage Tax Collection Authority. Do I have a second? I'll make a motion to appoint Jared Gantz as open record officer for the police department and Carl Ferrero as open records officer for all the township records. So I have a second. All in favor? Aye. Also, before we move on to no additional business, December meeting, the normal business meeting will be changed to January. I'm sorry. Normal January meeting will be changed to January 24th at 7 o'clock. And if a work session is necessary, it'll be at 6, and we will know 24 hours in advance.
Now, Tom, was an ad already run pursuant to last month?
No.
Setting the-
It
So
was
we
only
didn't-
for the reorganization.
Okay, so we didn't run it yet?
No, so that's what I did
All right, well,
this week.
so there was already a motion made tonight then, making the meeting scheduled for every third Tuesday. So why don't we do that by motion for Jen? Do the motion. Since you've already approved it for the third January, but do a special one now under business, you've opened it for public comment. To move the January meeting from the 17th to the 24th. I missed that calendar.
We're going to add additional motion, it would be to move the January 17th meeting to January 24th at 7. Is there any public comment? I'll make that motion. No public comment. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Supervisors reports. It's a good year. We carried over more money than we anticipated. We're looking forward to another good year. We will get some of our lawsuits settled by then. And also there's some road paving schedule, some new purchases that we're looking into that were all budgeted. And of course, there's no tax increase again for 6 years. Look forward to expanding our park and our lighting, LED at the Township Municipal Tech Park. There's also street lighting being upgraded to LEDs for better efficiency. And with that, Supervisor Russell, for any comments?
I actually am done. Looking forward to the new year.
Public comment.
Okay.
Mrs. Chakosky.
Oh, thank you. As we're looking forward to the new year, which is one of the reasons we came to the January meeting, is just to make the supervisors aware of the ongoing issue at Mountain Sky. Just that they had 2 events in September and October, and according to the zoning, the music is to cease at 11. And they went to 11:10, which is okay. I'm not going to count minutes. But then it resumes at 11:30, 11:35, and then continues. So I just wanted you to be aware of that going on. I did call the non-urgent 911 number with the complaint and the police for both of them, and I did notify the church as well. So just to let you know that we can get heads up on them and skirting the noise issue again.
A lot better though?
Not necessarily, because what I already had in the fall was really loud farting, the point that I can hear, like, they're saying something, the huge crowd roars, and a lot of, I don't know what's going on up there, and that's what I shared with the church. But just to be aware that, they stop around 10 after 11, and then around 11:30, they begin to resume again and just go to the wee hours of the morning. So as we move ahead, just to be aware that we need to stay on top of it.
Thank you. Rose?
Yeah, you mentioned about the finances, but if you read your audit report, you're spending more money than what you're taking in. Yeah, you had some money left over, but it's not that great. You're spending more than what you're taking in. Read your audit
We've
report.
spent 60% of our budgeted money for the last 5 years, I believe, Rose.
You're spending more than what you're taking in.
That's incorrect. Any other comment? Mr. Vail? With that, I'll make a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
It was a very nice, efficient meeting.
Thank you very